Welcome back. Well, every 40 seconds, someone in the United States experiences a stroke, and recognizing the signs quickly can make all the difference. Yale New Haven Health is here to help by committing to make a real impact in our community and build a healthier future for everyone. They are also a proud sponsor of Sunday's New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade. We are joined now by Dr. Rachel Foreman, neurologist at Yale New Haven Health. We're going to talk about the latest advancements in stroke care and what you need to know to protect yourself and your loved ones. Doctor, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So talking about strokes, of course, let's start with the two main types that you see.
Yeah, so we have two types of strokes. The more common type of stroke is called an ischemic stroke. So if you think about a blood vessel or an artery, that is where a blood clot will go into it and block blood from getting past it. So the brain that's really relying on oxygen and blood is now being deprived. The second type of stroke is called a hemorrhagic stroke. That's less common, about 15% of strokes. And if you think about that same artery where that clot was, instead it's breaking open and bleeding. So the important thing to know is on the outside, people look the same. We don't know which type of stroke someone's having until they come to the emergency room and get imaging of the brain, and then they're treated very differently.
Okay, so that's why it's important to get help as quickly as possible, correct? And there is an acronym called BFAST. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so the important thing to know with BFAST is it's really going to be sudden symptoms. So if in the heat of the moment you don't remember the acronym, just know that if something's happening suddenly where that blood flow is no longer getting to the brain, it's really important to act fast. So B stands for balance. E is for eyes. So you think about someone, having a room spinning sensation or not being able to walk. Eyes is if they can't see, blurry or double vision, usually more double or lack of vision as opposed to blurry, but of course, always better to err on the side of caution. I will lump the F and the A together. F is for face, A is for arm. And that is where, you're not getting blood to one side of the brain. So the part of the body that's controlling our strength, so you might have facial droop, the arm might start drifting down, also the leg, you might not be able to walk. S is for speech, so slurring of speech, not able to produce speech, not able to understand speech. And T is time to call 911. It's so critical that you call 911 in this situation. I do want to mention that we have done some focus groups with folks in New Haven to try to understand why someone might not call 911. It's not about just telling people to do it, it's understanding why they might not do it. And there's, of course, financial concerns. People might not want the theatrics of, the ambulance coming to their home. There are financial assistance programs available at Yale, and it's just so critical that we say time is brain. You have to call 911. Once you get to the hospital, we have everything set up. We can get into action, and every second that the brain is not getting blood flow, the cells are dying, and oftentimes that's irreversible and leads to really bad disability.
Yeah, that is so important to know that there are options available, and the most important thing, firstly, is to get help and get to the hospital. So risk factors for people out there, what should people be looking out for?
Yeah, so we have our non-modifiable risk factors, things like our age or family history that we can't control. But more importantly, we have our modifiable risk factors, so things that we can do. So I'll go through them: blood pressure, high cholesterol, physical inactivity, smoking. A lot of the things we think about for heart disease are the same risk factors for stroke. I do want to spend a little bit of time about blood pressure because that is our single biggest risk factor for both types of strokes. And we call high blood pressure the silent killer because people often don't know that they have it. And what's so heartbreaking for me and my colleagues is to see people coming in with years of uncontrolled blood pressure. Either they didn't know they had it, they can't afford their medications, and now they're in front of us having a devastating stroke, and they just didn't know it. And oftentimes we're also finding that they have heart problems and kidney failure at the same time. And it's so important to know your numbers, know if you have high blood pressure, and to have a good working relationship with your healthcare professional so that you can be mindful and take really good steps.
Well, that is so important to know. And of course, there are wonderful treatment options available now. Doctor, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us more about what we need to know with strokes. Of course, we'll have more details for you over on WTNH.com. We will be right back.
Thank you.